Well, look at that. We're live for another Joking Adventure Hour. Hey, Gap. Hello, hello, hello. Is everyone, anybody here? It's 8:24. Anybody here? Well, it's 8:29. We are here. Hello to X Rumble and BitChute. Hello to Lurkers the Bot. Hello to the chat. Hello to George.
Greetings, everybody.
We stream every night because the stories are real, but the news, they be fake.
Totally.
Yeah. And before we jump in to get to the news, be sure you get a copy of The Immortal Mask, a 200-page graphic novel created by yours truly. You can get it on my website, Dinales.com. You can go to CriticalBlast.com or Amazon.com. Getting a copy supports me and furthers this channel. All right, Eric. Boom. AG Harmit Dillon just blasted this message to the states ahead of the midterms. It's a crime to knowingly allow non-citizens to vote in federal elections. We have notified all 50 states of these federal elections laws, and we'll enforce them. We have federal criminal statutes that have never been enforced. I sent a notice to top election officials. Okay.
Wow, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, so interesting. So interesting, right? Are they actually going to enforce it this time, or are we still in that holding pattern of hey guy, it's a sting operation, guy. Are we still going to be, dealing with that, or are you guys going to be doing something? I don't know.
Things that make go,
All right. David Coyote, 100% truth. Okay. So Trump is a 34 count felony because of a bookkeeping error of $120,000. But Elon Omar, 30 million error is all good. You see how it works? Yeah. It was error. She changed it. Come on, guys. You shouldn't be looking at anything deeply, man. It's like you're nitpicking. It's getting annoying. Why are you making us think? We don't need to think. Why are you making us think?
Yep.
Any comments, George?
No.
All right. We're doing cleanup aisle 7 today, aren't we?
Yeah.
Homeland Security, Omaha, Nebraska, 5 child predators arrested. Child predators have nowhere to hide. We'll find these disgusting freaks in whatever dark corners they try to cower in. Thank you to HSI Kansas City for arresting these sickos and keeping our children safe.
Hands down. Police, in your hand. Police.
Omaha's news leader is there as local Homeland Security investigators arrest an alleged child sex predator. Thanks for joining us. I'm Julie Cornell.
I'm Bill Shammer. 5 suspects in total were arrested last week as part of an effort by federal, state, and local law enforcement.
Homeland Security took KETV Newswatch 7's Madison Perales behind the sting operation. She brings you this exclusive coverage.
Homeland Security investigations tells me this operation revealed nearly 150 people interested in commercial sex. Once undercover agents said the sex worker was a minor, 46 of them still showed interest. Officials tell me this reveals a concerning broader national trend that people are looking for sex with children. A sunny Thursday afternoon.
A lot of them are going in.
Yeah, they're called maps. Remember, George? Maps?
Yep.
And for those who don't remember or new or wondering what the hell does a geographic terminology means in this. Well, unfortunately, the alphabet group, beyond the original Big Four, should really be the Big Three, decided to co-op maps as an anagram as minor attracted person. You know, and they hide it under the plus. So, you know, when it gets too long and you just say plus, it's under that plus subcategory.
In the chat rooms, a lot of them are using social media.
Doesn't reflect the dark activity going down right here in the heartland of America.
In the last 5 years, at HSI in Omaha, Nebraska, we've made 21 federal arrests for child sex trafficking.
Omaha's Homeland Security Investigations Supervisory Special Agent in Charge, Chris Hessenflow, took me to an undercover sting operation.
Give me your hands now. Police, give me your hands. Police. I got one hand. I got one hand.
The planning process starts months in advance.
The goal is to shine a light on people preying on children in the Omaha community.
It's everybody from everywhere. We have long stopped being surprised by who shows up to meet these children.
Hessenflow says it starts with connecting with possible perpetrators online.
We will go to those places where we know that they are looking for children to harm, and that's where we meet a lot of them, begin that communication.
Some people stop the conversation after they realize the worker is a minor, but others keep chatting with undercover agents. For security reasons, we can't show you the hotel where the operation is taking place, but investigators are bringing suspects here to a secluded meeting spot.
They can reach from hundreds of miles away, and many people have shown the willingness to travel.
In this operation,
we were able to get targets that were residing in both Omaha and Lincoln. And so overall, I would say it went very well, and everything was safe.
Nebraska U.S. Attorney Leslie.
Safe, they say, safe. George?
Something doesn't smell right here. There was a whole show about this before.
Yes,
and they canceled it because of danger.
Yeah,
Will Robinson, danger. And now you're telling me it's on again?
No. They just went underground, man. They went underground. See, they're shining a light on this.
Oh, okay.
That's so amateur. Is showing a street life or shining the light on the topic. Do they think people are that stupid? Yes, they do.
Yes.
We have learned in this 1572 episode show that people are stupid. Individual smart people are stupid.
Individually
you,
stupid.
Sir, been watching us off and on, so you've been learning the free education of bullshit. The sermon has led you true.
Yes.
You know, and we don't charge anything except for measly palatable, you know, book that you actually can own, physical book.
Yes.
At your own discretion. Newsweek. This is October 27, 2025 at 4:31 p.m. Eastern Standard or Daylight Time, excuse me.
Soon to be extinct time.
Possibly. So, why am I bringing this here? Let's see. Let's read it. President Trump has declared 9 new national emergencies since taking office in January 2025.
9?
9.
9?
9.
9.
9.
Okay.
So, there you go. Cap After Dark laughing. Yep. Using the executive authority to fast-track policy on energy, trade, immigration, drug enforcement, and foreign relations. Huh. That's interesting, right, George?
Yep.
Because if he has a national emergency, that means that the judicial system cannot get involved in any of those items that he has listed under national security. Combined with the 2 emergency declarations still in effect from his first term, Trump is now responsible for 11 of the 48 national emergency currently active in the United States.
What?
48? Yes, we touch upon it, but it's bare repeating, repetition, kind of refresh everything. These declarations are part of a broader expansion of executive powers under the National Emergency Act, or NEA, which allows presidents to unlock special powers in response to what they deem unusual and extraordinary threats. Since the law enactment in 1976, some 90 national emergency has been declared, more than half are which are still in effect. All right. Trump's 2025 emergency orders. Trump began declaring national emergency immediately after returning on his office. On his first day, he brought back the 2019 border emergency that Biden has ended. The same day, he declared a new emergency over energy. We read the executive order of that, remember?
Yep.
Saying that U.S. grid and chain supplies were too weak and need immediate action. He also labeled Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organization using emergency power. In the following weeks, Trump used those same powers to impose tariffs on Mexico, China, and Canada, accusing those countries of failing to stop fentanyls and stop immigration. Geez, George, if that's the case, how is the Supreme Court able to overrule Trump on those tariffs?
Things that make him,
One of the other emergency order included one targeting cybersecurity threats to the U.S. infrastructures, one authorizing sanction against the International Criminal Court, and another enabling reciprocal tariffs on trade partner with a large surplus over the U.S. In late July, he signed an order declaring Brazil a national security threat, allowing sanctions against its government. And we have Mexico coming back into the news because Lulu doesn't want president to come over and say, don't mess with our elections.
Oh.
All these orders gave the federal agency more power to act without Congress, including access to emergency funds, waiver for environmental laws, and expanded law enforcement tools. Wait a minute. Aren't those all what the activist judge has been denying and stopping and showing the case? But this shows that they could ignore it the whole time because they have emergency power, baby.
Uh-oh.
And did he not? I seem to recall. Did he not put the election under national security and infrastructure?
Yeah.
Trump's era's emergency is still active from his first term. In addition to above, a pair of national emergency from Trump's first term remains active. The first one is a 2017 order targeting global corruption and human rights abuses. It launched the Global Magnitsky Sanction Program, allowing the U.S. to freeze assets and ban visas for foreign individuals. The other is a 2018 order focused on foreign election interference. What? Foreign election interference? It gives the U.S.
Gosh.
Yeah, it gives the U.S. the power to investigate, punish attempt to disrupt the election through hackings, propagandas, and other methods. What? So what are you saying? What? Both have been renewed each year, including during the Biden term, and still being used by U.S. agency. Older emergency are still in the book. Some national emergencies still are in effect long before Trump entered politics. The oldest still active emergency was declared in 1979 by Jimmy Carter. It froze European government assets in the United States following the seizure of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. The order has been renewed every year since, despite a major shift in the U.S. election. The 95 emergency declared by Bill Clinton targeting Colombian drug trafficker also remain in effect. Known as narco-trafficker emergency, allows the Treasury Department to block assets of individuals involved in the drug cartels linked to major trafficking network. What?
Sacrilege.
Another long-standing emergency signed by President George W. Bush in 2001 continues the broad counterterrorism powers in response to the September 11 attacks. Though several of the related power has scaled back or been replaced by new legislation, the emergency status remains in place and is renewed each year. So, declare Proclamation 10886, National Emergency of the Southern Border. 14156, National Energy Emergency. 14157, designating cartels as foreign terrorist organization. 14193, illicit drug emergency at the northern border. Oh, so he is targeting you. These tariffs, George. These tariffs that he's been slapping on you. This is his response to it, George.
I don't know what you're talking about. You know, we are all peaceful, loving nations.
Mm-hmm. Terrorist emergency on Mexico, Canada, and China, because that's where fentanyl is coming from. Cybersecurity innovation emergency. Sanction on the International Criminal Court, which we are leaving.
Loving nation.
Reciprocal tariffs emergency sanction against Brazil. Global Mansky Human Rights Accountability Act, which is human trafficking and everything else that falls under trafficking. Oh, and finally, the foreign interference in U.S. election. Basically, we don't need the Save American Acts, because we have an emergency power. So the fact this is a whole kabuki theater. I mean, the kabuki theater is that we need it for this election. We don't, because we're under the Emergency Powers Act. So Trump can actually do whatever. This is to get people riled up to demand actual long-term non-emergency powers to exist, so you can scale that back. It's a magician, George, a magician.
It's the thing.
Now, you're wondering to say, but where's this all going? What's going on, Wilbur? Eric, Treasury Scott Bassett just erupted after Target took a $1 billion tariff refunds. What it says, the Democrats' attorney general who filed a ridiculous lawsuit wanted the money to go back to the payers of records. That's corporate welfare. If I hear another Democrat legislature making this innate remark that the American people should get the money, the American people had the money in the U.S. Treasury and were forced to give it back. We will get that tariffs income back, but what you're seeing is that we don't know the discount that Target got from the Chinese suppliers. This is a corporate bonanza, which I said it would be at the time. Just remember, we're this is just kabuki theater. Kabuki. $1 billion? Ha! $1 billion just sneezing. We're dealing with trillions of dollars right now.
Yeah.
$1 trillion in the welfare of the whole world. Kabuki theater. Oops. Okay. Eric, Act Blue, which was the processing payment for all the blue donation to campaigns for blue people. Co-founder Matt DeBarlius just panicked and pleaded the fifth in a closed-door deposition with the House Committee investigator Fox News. This coming after Act Blue is accused of following foreign donation to infiltrate U.S. politics for Democrats without proper measure to stop it. That's FARA. Here's the shocking exchange between Representative Jim Jordan and Act Blue official when they also pleaded the fifth. Shut it down. Your board chairman says Act Blue accepted up to $38 million contribution in 2024 that had the signs of foreign origins. How much fraud is too much? On the advice of the council, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution. How many foreign contributions did Act Blue accept? On the advice of the council, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution. How much money did Act Blue accept from Russia? On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution. Why did your entire legal team quit? Your in-house legal team. On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution. Did your legal team quit because of the reduced fraud standards? On the advice of my counsel.
Wait. Oh, just play it. Let's hear it out.
All right.
Hey, wait. Is that video? What is? Oh, yes. Play it. Let's hear this out.
Your board chairman said ActBlue accepted up to 38 million contributions in 2024 that had the signs of foreign origin. How much fraud is too much fraud?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment.
Why is she looking like she's trying to hold a laugh? You know why? Because she knows it's kabuki.
Well, she knows it's theater, but she's not laughing.
Oh, she's laughing.
She's worried. She's trying to show a calm face.
No, I think. Look, she almost slipped up right here. See?
All right, let's go back to the beginning. Let's hear it again.
Your board chairman said ActBlue accepted up to 38 million contributions in 2024 that had the signs of foreign origin. How much fraud is too much fraud?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
How many foreign contributions did ActBlue accept?
That's a smug attitude.
On the advice of counsel.
See?
I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
If I was in her place, I'd be bawling.
How much money did ActBlue accept from Russia?
I don't know what I did. I give up.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights.
Look, and this is also kabuki theater because we want to hate her, not as an individual, but what she stands for. She's just being Dr. Fauci. You just replace Dr. Fauci and it'd be the same thing.
Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci. Pursuant.
Dr. Fauci. You know what her problem is?
Go ahead.
She didn't categorize this correctly.
Right. Does she look a little bit ashy to you?
Maybe verbose. I don't even know what the word means. It just sounds good.
Under the Constitution.
Why did your entire legal team quit? In-house legal team.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
She doesn't have counsel then if her whole in-house legal team quit.
Oh, her lawyer team quit.
Mm-hmm.
Team, not lawyer, right? Right? Not lawyer. Not the word lawyer.
No.
Team.
The whole team quit.
The whole enchilada.
Yeah, like, I am not going to be here.
Yeah, I don't want this on my record.
Mm-hmm.
Did your legal team quit because of reduced fraud standards?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question.
No, they knew there was no way to protect us.
Reduced fraud standards?
Mm-hmm.
Pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
Understand.
She's trying to hold back a laugh.
And we won't keep you here all day, but let me just do one more. Did you weaken your fraud standards to help Democrats?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
Mr. Chairman, I appreciate the good work you and your committee are doing.
There you go.
Oh, boy.
ActBlue collecting donations. Hey, ActBlue was charging people's credit cards and they were bypassing the CVV code. You know, the little code that you're supposed to put in to verify that you're doing the purchase. They had to tell them to manually turn it on.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Colonel Tom Watkins, did you know that all technology started in DARPA or Battlelit institute and all have backdoor for intelligence agencies to fund them.
Duh.
Oracle.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. You're kidding me.
Yeah. Gap after dark. On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question. Therefore, I plead the fifth in the chat. No. You execute privilege.
Bugger.
You decline to answer.
How dare you take up the chat without populating it with verbose words?
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what the word means.
I don't know either. MJ True Watcher, did you know that Larry Page and Sergey Brin, who co-founded Google in 1998, the early stand for, which we know is CIA, work on web crawling, ranking, and large-scale data query, which became Google's page rank and search engine, received grants from DARPA? Yes, we knew that. We said that many moons ago.
And we said it before. We'll say it again here.
Yeah.
The Google search engine is the biggest, most powerful AI on the planet.
No, Oracle.
All right, fine, Oracle.
Because every system, no matter what, has Oracle in them.
All right, fine. I'll give you that.
Blonde Golf Girl, I plead the 50.
Again, more please.
The 50.
This is. I'm pleading for people to
we should be
contribute.
changing the chat to the 5th.
Yeah, we should call this the 5th.
Yeah, I pledge. I execute the 5th of the Constitution.
Yep.
The way we're going. Insider paper: a Ukrainian man was arrested in the Nord Stream bombing, was detained while working on a Hollywood movie about the gas pipeline attack starring Adrian Brody and Sean Penn, a report said Tuesday.
Adrian Brody and Sean Penn, what the hell do they have to do with any of this?
Because there was a guy who was there working on set, and I guess he started talking, no, you don't do it like this, you'll do it like this.
Yes, I have experience in this.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Stupid, eh?
Yeah, stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah.
Gap After Dark, I don't have Oracle in me. I know, Barbara Gordon wouldn't see you. Duh.
Hey.
Jack Pasilvik, breaking Derek Chauville case was illegally assigned to AG Keith Ellison instead of a county prosecutor. No grand jury was convened. Who was the governor who assigned it? Tim Walz. What?
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
I mean, it continues to be crazier and crazier. Hey, did you know that they're finding even more evidence that George Floyd actually was still alive at the hospital because traces of his autopsy show that he still had oxygen in his blood.
Yep.
At the hospital.
Yeah. He passed. He didn't pass away. He passed out.
Yeah.
During the arrest.
Yeah.
Because of I believe the amount of drugs in his body.
Fentanyl.
He had shallow. What do you call it? Shallow body life science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we learned if the hospital killed him to harvest his organs.
That would be, oh my gosh, that'd be crazy.
I mean, how to flip the whole thing around. No, it wasn't a white cop that killed George Floyd. It was the hospital who wanted to harvest his organs to give it to other people. But you needed flesh. You need fresh organs. oxygenated organs because organs that are from actual dead people don't work. You know.
Wow. Holy shit. That is some primo level bullshit, sir.
Yes, but and it's always those primo allegedly. Yeah, like Michael Jackson allegedly had his head decapitated because they wanted to make sure he wouldn't come back to life. Hee hee hee.
Oh yeah, you know the thing I heard about Michael Jackson now.
Yeah.
The reason why he had all these kids over at Neverland
Mm-hmm.
is because he was keeping them away from Epstein.
Yeah, he was protecting them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. And I saw Epstein and I said, no, no, you can't have these precious children. That's why I didn't like going to Nickelodeon. Eric. Governor Ron DeSantis just went off saying it's time to abolish homeowner property taxes this November. No excuses. Yeah, but the property tax amendment that is being proposed and passed by the House and Senate isn't what you propose. It's only doing non-school taxes. It's not including school taxes, so it's only half of what you propose to do. You're not really getting rid of the property taxes. With quadruple on the rainy day funds, we're not allowed to put any more money in rainy days fund constitutionally. We've done too good. DeSantis says Florida can simply backfill rural counties because we have so much money in a balanced budget. When you run a good state, when you have a lean government, when you're reducing spending, paying down debts, running surplus, you have the flexibility to do some of these things on property taxes.
What?
Yeah, but the amendment doesn't say to backfill that. Doesn't say to use a surplus on all those things. So it doesn't mean it will happen.
Oh, man.
You know? And normally I would be saying, it's better than nothing, but I'm a everything or nothing kind of guy. James Bond. Polymark biohacker Brian Johnson reveals he has acquired a dog after learning dog owners has a 24% lower risk of early death. Those dogs are going to keep me alive, George.
Wait, what does dogs and death have in common?
Well, one barks away, scares away death. Death doesn't like it. He's all made of bones, and dog loves eating bones.
So this is basically Cerebus?
Yes. Three-headed dogs.
No, Cerebrus, sorry. Cerebus is something else.
No, I think it's depending on the... No, Cerebro. You're thinking Cerebro, which is X-Men.
No, that's Cerebral.
Cerebral? Are you
Cerebro?
sure? No, I think you're confusing yourself, sir. All right, Lara Logan, the Club of Rome, the Fabian Society, the Franklin School, all part of the globalist Marxist machine. That's from Christoph. The Club of Rome, they decided you're the problem. The Club of Rome was founded in 1968. Same year as May 1968 when the Frankfurt School student generation took to the streets. Well, duh. That's just another spread of the same bullshit. How many times are you going to find out that all the hippies are from the same cloth? All the Democrats right now are, corporate hippies. Update. Senator Lisa Murkowski, is from Eric. Team is furious, indicating that James O'Keefe should face prosecution
for telling the truth.
For telling the truth about Alaska voter vulnerability. Poll workers were going to let O'Keefe vote as Murkowski's brother, Bryant. Voter impersonation is a crime and should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And she also opposes the Safe Americans Act. Gee, I wonder why. I hear Alaska's pretty nice this time of year.
Yes, it's got nice weather.
Yeah, it's very cloudy.
It's very cloudy and nice weather.
Mm-hmm. And they pay you to live there 6 months out of the year.
It's very cloudy and it's got nice weather.
William McKees. There's going to be many new clinical trials in Florida examining ivermectin, mebendazole, and other repurposed drugs in cancer. The ivermectin and cancer revolution is here and nothing's going to stop it. Doctor needs to get on board, get out of the way. David J. Harrison, the state of Florida, is launching a study on ivermectin C. It can potentially cure cancer. Well, early study shows it can.
There's papers that are already proven it. Dr. Peter McCullough has talked about those papers specifically. Yeah. This is just a confirmation. This is local confirmation on a global scale.
Yep.
What does that mean? It means that the papers,
mm-hmm.
the published case studies have already gone through peer review,
mm-hmm.
and now Florida, because they're basically doing this as a slow walk exercise. They already know what the results are going to be. They're just slow walking everything in the system.
Tis. And just a reminder that the state Democrats or state Republicans in Florida killed the ivermectin that's over-the-counter medication because a lot of them are lobbied and given donation by a big pharma, which goes back to what I was saying. Local elections affects national outcomes. Yay! And I keep getting proven right and right again. Amy Gooden. The true scope of Harry and Meghan's American political ambition as they saw in an Oval Office meeting with Joe Biden in a U.S. Senate seat. Delusional Harry and Meghan saw the U.S. political clout far beyond the dream of any British royal since King George III. The Post has learned with the Duchess of Sussex angling to take over the Senate held by Kamala Harris ahead of the 2020 presidential election. As part of their quest to be American power players, they requested an Oval Office meeting with Biden, as well as a combination at nearby Blair House, a perk reserved for foreign leaders on state visits. You're not even a prince anymore. You got cut off. Got no chance. Now we understand why they were so obnoxious. They were trying to insert themselves into the American political zeitgeist and fail miserably. George?
Okay, sure.
I mean, all I have to do is just point out South Park. Remember?
Yep.
You'll stop following us. We don't like about you following us. Gunter Eagleman, Trump's just deliver for the working family. He cut a deal to flood the markets with cheaper ground beef up to 300,000 metric tons, coming in with no out-of-quota tariffs for the next 90 days, sold at 25% below current prices. Under Biden, beef prices exploded and the American herd hit its smallest size in modern history. Trump is fixing both lower prices at the store and giving our ranchers room to rebuild the herd. This is what actual leadership looks like. Prices down, American first. Thank you, President Trump. All right. From his True Social account, today I conclude a deal to substantially lower the prices of ground beef for working American families. As everyone knows, under President Ottoman, the beef prices soar at their highest and fastest rate. Unbelievable. Terrible. It wouldn't happen to me. And the American beef herd fell to its itty bitty smallest size in modern history. Wouldn't happen to me. I would say make it twice as big. As we work to rebuild this herd and help our ranchers for the next 90 days, the United States will allow up to 300,000 metric tons of product for ground beef to be imported with no out of quota tariffs. We have a commitment that this beef will be sold at a 25% below current market prices. This deal will reduce prices for American while giving space for our great American beef herd to grow again. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald Trump.
Oh no.
You know what this sounds like to me, George, now that I'm ruminating and thinking about it?
Something? It sounds like something to you?
Yeah, something. What are the chances? And here's where I'm going to give you a bullshit the door. With a side of pancetta and blue cheese crumbs. What if the beef was destroyed because those were the beef that were already contaminated with the mRNA vaccine? Remember?
Yeah, and the Venezuelan beef is not.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's brilliant.
So they had to destroy the beef, citing whatever bullshit they needed to do so people don't think about it. But then we had also the story about, hey, the pork, the chicken, the beef, they're all being vaccinated with the mRNA bullshit. Because that's genetic, it'll still be in the beef even if you kill it. It's not going to go away. You're going to be consumed. Yeah. You learn that. Yeah, no, they bring in the Argentina beef. Now they're bringing the Venezuela beef, and they'll give a chance to grow the healthy, unvaccinated beef with that from that new technology, and then we'll be safe. Our food will be safer than what it was.
That's amazing.
Then it becomes a question, and then we have to tie it to another thing. The Lone Star tick. You know, we keep hearing everybody who has whoever got bitten by the Lone Star, oh, I got an allergy, and then they remove it, right? With a ear puncture, right? Acupuncture, right?
Yep.
What is the chance of the Lone Star tick being those who were allowed themselves to be injected by the COVID potato chips? And when you eat a beef contaminated, that causes a reaction that you're allergic to beef.
I have no idea.
I mean, I think the probability is high because, you know, how best to make everybody vegan by, you know, making them allergic to eat. Where's the beef? Yes. Well, remember, they got no beef. Remember how all the patties of all the fast foods shrunk to a little bitty bits, right?
Yes.
That's all the fillers they took away from it. You're actually eating what they actually put in the burgers. Now this one is interesting, George. Interesting.
We got an incredible announcement that I think a lot of folks did not fully grasp, but I was talking to someone who just left the Treasury Department, and he confirmed it, which is that Treasury put out Genius Act regulations on the recognition of non-U.S. issued stablecoins, What does that mean? It means the Treasury Department is taking charge of what is allowed to be a so-called euro dollar, euro yen, euro yuan, right? And for those of us who are financial markets people, we know that the term euro does.
Every brick system having digital currency has to be accepted by the U.S. Treasury. So the brick becomes a bricks.
Does not mean European. It means a dollar issued offshore outside of the United States is called a euro dollar. A euro is a euro issued outside of the Eurozone, right? So basically these are tokenized fiat currencies issued outside of their home country. And the US Treasury is taking charge of the recognition of the validity of these. That is massive. If you're a student of the financial markets, you know that the eurodollar market is as large as the domestic financial market.
Yes. What she's not saying is, or maybe she'll say it shortly, moments, that it's traditionally been, since 1913, since the act has been enacted, it's been the Federal Reserve's job to manage that sort of instruments.
That's the offshore dollar market. So when the US Treasury is taking control of what is recognized as valid, that is taken from the Fed. So what's really going on here is with the tokenization move.
You hear what she said? It was taken from the Fed.
Oh, no.
So that responsibility that used to be part of the Federal Reserve is now under the U.S. Treasury Department.
The Treasury is taking power back over the US dollar, over the eurodollar markets, and frankly, over the US role in the financial system globally from the Fed. And to put that into context, when we were talking earlier about how antiquated the traditional system is, and that the Fed systems are themselves behind, and part of the challenge with the Genius Act, if you've been watching, all of the other agencies have issued rules.
Here's the thing that people are not realizing, unless you've been paying attention closely. The moment that it's not the moment, but it's a marker, right? It's the starting line. Once the Clarity Act is passed and enacted, because it has to take a moment, some time for 120 days, whatever, 180 days for it to be implemented. You're going to see Trump order the Federal Reserve to start buying as much of federal dollars as possible. Why? Because he wants to bankrupt the Federal Reserve. But Denali, will that damage the United States currency?
Yeah.
No, we're going to be gold backed. You're already seeing the new financial system that doesn't need the Federal Reserve. Doesn't need the central banks. You're your own banks when you have your own wallet. You don't need she's explaining you the infrastructure of those instruments right now. They're validating. The U.S. Treasury is validating, confirming that they're valid tokens, valid instruments.
One glaring exception: the Fed has not issued its rules yet, and according to.
And they won't issue the rule yet because they don't have jurisdiction for this. They were purposely banned, as you saw from the executive branch, and with the Clarity Act having rolled in the Anti-Surveillance Act, which means anti-central digital bank currency being used in private market. The Federal Reserve can make a central bank token, right? But they can only use it in their ecosystem of themselves. So, to give an example, right? The Federal Reserve can say, "Hey, I'm going to tax you on this money that you're using, which is a fiat, right?"
Yeah.
But they can only tax you on the fiat in the central banking system. So that money will only go in that circular ecosystem. But everybody else Guess what? You're using a new treasury debt base system, meaning it's a reserve. And guess what? You can't tax on gold and silver. And these are representation of gold and silver. Guess what? You can't tax it. The Federal Reserve doesn't tax. Guess what? No income tax, no Social Security tax, no property tax. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but Denali, if they can't do that, how are the states and country going to, make income, right?
Yeah.
These are money processor. You agree with me on that concept?
Yeah.
To use this infrastructure of money processor, they're going to charge you the network fee. The network fee is going to be one what is it, 1/7,000 of a cent, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? You multiply trillions of transaction per day, right?
Yeah.
You get billions of dollars per day, roughly.
Yeah.
So basically, you spending your earned money on a fraction of a cost of network usage will allow the state's local government to pay all the services, and you won't even sense a thing because it's such a fraction of a cost.
Yeah.
But in the meanwhile, we have to prepare the people who are pretty stupid because they've been brainwashed for all their lives. You have very little people who remember America before income taxes, and Americans who survive, this brutal onslaught that had been happening for the last 70 years. And we need to slowly tell them, hey guys, we're going to introduce this system. It's going to be a little scary, but it's going to be okay. It's just going to be changed because you're used to working like a dog. And we're about to tell you, nah, bro, you're not going to work like a dog because you're going to be making so much money that maybe you can do whatever you want. And if you want to work, you have the option to work.
Yeah.
But the idea of that point A to point B, that would be too over the top because people won't even believe it. You're talking crazy here. You're talking crazy. If you pay attention, Trump has started with the children. What did he do with the children? The Trump accounts, George.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, full circle.
Yeah. He started with the children. And then it's going to get to the young adults and then to the older adults. What is going to happen? You're going to slowly transition from the old financial system to the new financial system. And it's going to be passive income. What is it that Trump said when he took over? I'm making a sovereignty, sovereign wealth fund, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did he put in the sovereign wealth funds? Money processor, Bitcoin, XRP, the other tokens. Remember that?
Yeah.
Guess what? Those are infrastructure. Those are the infrastructure that people are using. Guess what? Using those tokens, using those as toll gates. Guess what? You charge the cents. You're making trillions of dollars on top of that, George.
Not just trillions of dollars, gajillions of dollars.
Yeah. We are at the cusp. We are at the cusp of
greatness.
Not greatness.
Awesomeness.
First contact.
Yeah, yeah.
If we're going to be giggy, we are technically Star Trek First Contact. We are technically right at the right there when the creator of the warp drive is about to launch his Phoenix rocket. We are at the cusp. People don't believe it. People won't believe it. People say bullshit. Show us the receipt.
Okay, well, it's very simple.
Yeah.
They're already seeding the alien narrative with
Yep.
Dr. Phil.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So, and Elon Musk is already seeding the narrative with Grok AI to solve the propulsion problem to get to Mars.
Yeah.
And Elon's already is seeding the concept of million robots.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think those million robots are going to be spread across North America?
No. They're going to be.
A whole bunch of them will be on that space rocket going to the moon to build the habitat before man gets there.
No. No. Yeah. No. First, Gap After Dark says, "Did you say bra or bra?"
I said bra.
Yeah, but you know what?
And,
I like your choose.
That's the New York slang for bro.
Yeah, you like. I like your choose your own adventure word choices.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever makes it funnier for you. No, George. Why would he do something that lame of moon? He can send people to the moon because it's closer. No.
Yes, but you need construction setup before that happens. There's going to be deaths. There's going to be a great number of human deaths if you send the people first.
Hold it. No. He's going to send those robots to make the link, the satellite links between Mars and Earth. And then he's going to start sending large contingent of robots to those asteroids. That has
no. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that because if people actually pay attention to that, then certain people will go out of their way to not make that happen. Because you see what happens when Elon Musk becomes a trillionaire.
Yeah.
How people freak out.
Yeah.
Imagine if Elon Musk becomes a quadrillionaire. What's after a trillion? What's the number after a trillion?
It's quad.
Is it quadrillion?
Yeah.
Quadrillion, something like that.
Quintillion.
Quadrillion. Quintillion. I don't know. Whatever. It's the number next up from trillion.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, you're talking about
18 zeros, quintrillionaire.
Okay, quintillion. Okay, yeah. At that point, Elon Musk has just elevated himself to the point of there is no laws that we can judge you upon the things that you do.
Yeah,
because you are what is it? An agency unto yourself.
Right. No, because here's the thing: we're slowly moving to the old propaganda that there's scarcity, right? And what has been one of the things that been happening since Trump has entered the chat room, as one would say, there's no such thing as scarcities. There's abundant resources. Oil was a Rockefeller propaganda. It's naturally formed in the Earth's mantle and rises up. Air, water is renewable. It renews. You know?
Yeah.
Diamonds, pressure, time makes diamonds. We can make diamonds artificially now.
Yeah. Who gives a fuck if it's artificial diamond or actually naturally pressed diamond? If it does the job, no one cares.
No one cares, right? So, the rare earth metals, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get it out from space. We move from a from a scarcity resource mindset to a non-scarcity resources. People will start trying to figure out what to do with their lives because this is the key moment. Can you imagine, George? We're in that transitional, and we said it before multiple times in the show, but it's worth repeating over again. We are in that transitional period of what used to be and what is going to be.
Yep.
You know, and we're right in the middle of it.
Yep.
So, but if you don't have the vision to see it, you don't see it.
Yep.
But for the people who are able to see it, they see the shadows, they see the waltz that's happening. You know, they
Yep.
see who's their next partner is going to be, and they're preparing.
Yep.
But Dinales, when is this going to happen?
It's happening.
It's happening, but in a big way. It's going to take a while because it's going to go only as fast as we can go make it do it. We as a society, if society says we can't move more than 10 years into the future, then we are not going to move 10 years to the future. If society says, oh, we're ready for 100 years into the future, then we'll quantum leap into the 100 years into the future.
Yep.
If we're ready for 1,000 years in the future, then we will quantum leap to 1,000 years in the future. We are only limited to what we're able to handle.
Yep.
Right now, we are crawling because we've been battered. Remember what Trump said? You were a dead patient. The country was a dead patient, but now's your recovery. We're right now in the middle of physical therapy and recovering. We're a weak old person who just survived a traumatic experience.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, George, Eric, holy crap! President Trump is now moving to ban liberal American Bar Association from accrediting law schools. Accreditation operates as a cartel. Accreditor feels to inject their own political preferences, their own ideology into the work they do. The Education Department's a 500-page report that has been crafted over an entire year saying that the ABA Accreditation Department is not independent of its professional. So,
whoa, holy smokes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This would lead directly into lawyers and judges that are radical.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. You know, at some point, there's got to be somebody in the Trump administration basically advising the president, Mr. President, you know, if you pull on this string here, which is the chefs of the not the White House, the chefs of North America.
Yeah.
And if we you know, say pull their chef license, that means all the sous chefs will be able to actually cook the meals that people want instead of the chefs cooking the meals they think people want.
Right.
And Trump goes, are you saying I can get a bacon cheeseburger that tastes like McDonald's, but it's not McDonald's?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, you can.
But first, before you can do that, you need to open the school, the Ronald McDonald School University.
That was a thing.
Yes.
That was a thing.
Yes.
Oh my God, you brought up a really terrible memory. I tried to sign up for it.
That's only for franchisees, sir.
I discovered real quick, like I wasn't qualified.
Because we didn't own a franchise. It's to show franchise owner how to be consistent with the quality of McDonald's and their
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just went to the local McDonald's to say I'd like to sign up for the McDonald's school. And just the manager looked at me and goes, mm-hmm. Okay, kid. Here's a free burger. Go away.
You get a free burger, that's for sure. They just kick you out this nowadays. No, why I'm saying that? the American Academy, which will be free to all citizens, which will be accredited by the U.S. government, meaning you learn from the American Academy, you get the credits, it's free, and your completion will be accepted by any jobs in the United States.
Okay.
Remember that?
What you just said kind of freaks me out now, actually. Why?
Go ahead.
Because that gives central power to the feds for the accreditation, or it doesn't sit in the hands of the states.
Maybe, maybe not.
It's a central power move.
Central power move, right?
Yeah.
So, but wait a minute. If Trump is moving to a constitutional republic and removing all corruption, that means that the federal government would be theoretically being back into the control of the American people. Also, if he gets rid of, if the states are able to get rid of the amendment that says direct vote for senators, then the power of the state Congress to vote for their senators goes back to the people and becomes even better. Huh.
My peoples.
My peoples. But he didn't say accreditation. He said that the completion would be accepted to all of it.
Yeah.
So there's no accreditation. It's just that it's going to be accepted by the job from employers to the public offices.
I know, more offices.
More offices, sir. May I have some more? Insider paper: Texas court has slashed $50 million judgment to $1.5 million against InfoWars founder Alex Jones over falsely calling the 2012 school shooting a hoax from the AP.
Okay, you know what the punchline is to this?
Go ahead.
The lawyers or the people who made this judgment,
yeah,
are Democratic leaning.
Hey George,
can you just imagine this a little?
George,
holy smokes,
George,
Democratic
hold it.
People
hold it.
leaning.
Hold it.
Yeah.
George, I believe that Alex Jones is going to appeal this. You know why he's going to appeal this?
Why?
Because if there's been evidence that has come out that the SPLC was feeding information to the prosecutors.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they had somebody in his camp that was a mole and feeding all the strategy into it. So so that should be considered a mistrial.
Oh shoot.
So this is just a slow step for Alex Jones to come back and be like, hey, they put a mole in here.
Oh, that means
a mole. I'm appealing this
brand. That means he can get back his InfoWars brand.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Remember, it's weird that they leased it out for 6 months to The Onion. They didn't buy it. They leased it. Remember?
Yeah.
That was so weird. Now we know. This whole thing has been theatric to be a Barbara Streisand effect. Because all the people who thought that Alex Jones was down in the count is gay like frogs. I don't know. Insider Wire: U.S. forces have escorted 660 million barrels of crude oil through the Strait of Hormuz covertly.
What?
Yeah.
They turned off their transponder?
Yeah.
How dare they?
How dare they? How dare they sneakily move, oil that benefits us and other people? Nikolai Holzer breaking: 2 new studies raise alarm over potential COVID-19 potato chip contamination of the blood supply or blood supply, excuse me. In the first
Oh
study,
wow, geez, thanks, buddy. We called that day one.
yeah, liquefying. In the first study, we reported 9 unvaccinated blood transfusion recipients who received serious complications, including blood clots, heart damage, multi-organ failure, and death. Oh, serious complications.
Or worse.
Or worse. In the second study, we found major CDC, FDA, VAR safety signals involving hemorrhage, pregnant hemorrhage, blood transfusion, post-transfusion complication, hypercoagulable biomarkers, thrombotic events, Parkinson disease, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. The 2 studies shows overlap across many of the same biological system, including particular clotting, hemorrhaging, transfusion complication, multi-organ dysfunction. The blood supply is not routinely screened for vaccine-derived mRNA, spike protein, plasmid DNA.
Okay, why isn't it routinely checked for that? You were routinely checking that, if you took the shot or not. Why can't you routinely check to see if the blood supply is clean?
Because to routinely check it would be have to screen it like it's being screened for HIV/AIDS.
And
if it comes positive, then you're going to have an issue. Tell them, hey, guy, we ran it through the HIV test and it came out positive. Just FYI,
Yeah, we're gonna have to throw what you gave us to the garbage, and that cookie that complimentary cookie. Can we have it back?
No, you can keep it. You can keep it, but you can't come back anymore.
Okay, keep the cookie and get the fuck out.
Exactly.
Okay. Gosh. This is if this wasn't science fiction perfection, the Morlocks and the Eloi.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
think I would cry. I think I would cry for humanity. I would lose my composure and cry like a Karen cries for bullshit reasons.
For bullshit reasons.
Yeah, bullshit reasons.
Bullshit reasons.
Yeah, I would look at an Oprah Winfrey show and I would start crying because I empathize with the person that's on the panel. Yeah, and I feel like I'm living my through my life through them. Yeah.
That's
but it's a good thing I'm a guy and I don't give a fuck.
You're a guy that don't give a fuck. Oh man.
Yeah,
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. What's next?
Shoot. Eric's breaking Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts green lights President Trump's continuing the White House ballroom military complex construction, striking down the activist judge block. Well, duh.
Yeah, geez, thanks, John. Good job.
Good job, John, for just doing the bare minimum here.
Yeah. Too bad you couldn't do that with birthright citizenship. But you know what? We're not going to hold that against you. But who's counting?
Who's counting, right? Yeah. Who's counting? By the way, Polymark. Trump administration brings in former JP Morgan COO Matt Zams to help overhaul the Social Security Administration decades-old technology system.
Uh-oh.
Man, this is gonna be crazy. Crazy.
Uh-oh.
You know what that means?
It means something.
Yeah. Do you know what it means?
It means something.
I don't know. Well, at least somebody knows what it means.
Yes, Mr. Something.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's see. Sorry. So what it means is that the improper payments are going to stop happening because this guy will probably know all the ins and out, being J.P. Morgan Chase former COO,
Yeah.
and that was harsh. I guess it was harsh, but it wasn't harsh enough.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. We're trying. We're just trying. We're just cool cats here, cruising down the highways on our sixth floor. You know. Moving on.
Yep.
Amy Curtis, just end the WNBA already. All right, Oli London. The WNBA team Toronto Tempo unveils the new non-binary mascot she, they pronoun.
Okay. Just move along. Move along.
What? This is a Toronto team.
No.
Toronto team. We need to talk about your Toronto.
I don't know anything about it. I know nothing. I see nothing.
It's a tempo.
Russ.
It's done.
Russ.
Yeah, it does need a she they thing because it's a guy underneath the suit. Dear Republican small r, it's not okay when the deep state sets you up to commit a crime. I've never been more angry in my life. All right. I walked in with good faith, ready to collaborate on Cuba. Got shoved a bunch of hard copy documents to leak, didn't check them before accepting, gave a non-committal answer. Yep, marquee that would have gotten me in big trouble. The marquee weren't crossed out. I consulted people, and if this was sanctioned leak, they would have just sent it over email. They tried to entrap me. The actual documents were nothing burgers that did not benefit them at all to release in public. So just there's no doubt. I've screenshot everything. Talking about the conversation, not the document itself. No, I did not fall for your trap. You tried to get me commit a crime. I have witnesses. At data interpreter will testify to all this. Praise to God that he protected me, and my kids do not have to visit their mother in jail. And then the story gets a little updated with this. Not sure. Gina Milan says Sarah Roger, not sure, undersecretary, tried to set Data Republican up. She works under Secretary Rubio for public diplomacy. She invited collaboration on Cuba work and handed over a marked hard copy documents under a pretext of a leak. Markings were still on them, not crossed out, not sanitized. The trap was still live. Now Roger is scrambling to call them FOIA redaction and dump the documents herself. Too late. This wasn't a misunderstanding. It was an attempt to manufacture a crime and pin it on somebody who came in good faith and loved his country. Okay.
Yeah.
You know. I'm just kind of curious. Right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Go on.
Well, I came up with this, and we're just looking for, we're talking about, you talked about race, right?
Okay.
Of the Morlocks and what was the other one?
Eloy and the Morlocks.
Yeah, Eloy and the Morlocks. If it's a nothing burger, what is it? Just bread? No, they didn't even have the nice satisfaction of bread. It was literally a nothing air burger. First one is starting to make sense. Haaretz, Jewish genetics, 75% of Jewish people are lactose intolerant, and 11 other facts. Almost half of the Ascariums carry at least one of the 38 genetic diseases, and our closest genetic relatives are the Druze, Bedouins, Palestinians, and Italians. Huh. Italians. Oh, you want sense via DNA? Hi, I'm this. I'm the very definition of genetic mutation on a cryoskeletal level. And then this is a part. Variegate profolia is allergy to sun and garlic. Hey George, what is it that is allergic? Which race is allergic to sun and garlic? Sun and garlic?
Vampires?
No. It's the Morlocks, right?
Yeah.
Abstract. Incidence of skin-related sensitivity to olive pollens allergies among subjects with suspected tropic respiratory allergies was investigated in various populations in Israel of Israelites. This incident was correlated with olive cultivars and with the abundant trees in the patient's neighborhood. With the history of the exposure of study population of olive pollen, positive skin reaction of olive pollen along atropic patient of Jewish populations rather high where olive trees are abundant and lower where the trees are scarce. You know what's so crazy about this, George? They're allergic to olive.
They're allergic to olive oil?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't olive oil used in traditional Greek church ceremonies?
Yeah.
Just like the holy water?
Yeah.
Holy olive oil?
Yeah. And when you converse with God, he says, always bear your fruit of olives, right? In the Bible. Yeah. And you're chosen when you're consuming the olives, right?
Yeah.
So what does it tell you when you're literally allergic to the sun, garlic, and olive oil?
It just tastes delicious if you put it on bread.
Exactly. You need a little bit butter. Which they are also allergic to because they're lactose intolerant, George.
Ah, fuck me.
Let me get some oil and bread, a little garlic oil bread, and it's why the Mediterraneans were so successful back in the day. That's why they had to check if it's not kosher.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be laughing at people's disability, George.
Yeah.
But yes, you were right. Also vampires. Inside a paper, Iran's president, Pakistan Keen, urges the regime to end the war amidst rising U.S. pressure. The figurehead president that has no powers is urging the military to hey, maybe we should quit while we're ahead. I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll see reasons because all the radicals been killed off already. Eric, Florida students are being required this fall to learn about the evil of communism under a law signed by Governor Ron DeSantis. Starting in the 6th grade, it'll touch on the dangers of the Soviet Union, the Chinese Communist Revolution, the North Korea, Cuba, and Venezuela. The Democratic Socialists of America may try to make Castro out to be a hero, but in Florida, students will know better. Okay, cool. Yay. And they're just getting an update. George?
Yeah, it's okay. And just bring in some cats.
Yeah,
that hunt down rats.
Hey, did he know? Okay. Did he know all the communist leader were nepo babies?
They were?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, funny. Marx came from a rich family. Mao from a rich family.
Which explains why they're so eager to kill so many people.
Exactly. Red Pill HQ. Turns out Ted Kalinske, the Unabomber, was bombing Jeffrey Epstein's friends. Fortune, the same Yale professor who got wounded by a Unabomber attack, wrote to Epstein about a V small looking blonde. February 12, 2026. So apparently the Unabomber was targeting Epstein's associates.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that.
Strange. All right. Now, here's the funny thing, George.
Yeah, go.
Florida Mike says Florida will now have to choose between a Republican who used to be a Democrat and a Democrat who used to be a Republic.
Uh-oh. Who do you think's going to win?
Well, he got endorsed by Trump, so most likely he's going to win. But you know what? This is a start of, hey, it doesn't matter which guy wins because they're both been flipped by Trump. So it doesn't matter. But optically, we need to vote this guy out so we can flush the election, the still rigging from the lower echelons of the machine that doesn't know that the upper echelons has been taken out. Because they're compartmentalized, you know. So there's still people just doing the row action, you know, kind of like a mantis, you know, when it gets its head chopped off and the body still's moving around, thinking it's like, not thinking but reacting because it still think it's, hey, I'm still alive, not knowing that it's already dead.
Yep.
Kind of that situation. Henry Enton. It's amazing how Florida has basically been taken off the board for Democrats. All right.
The sun is shining in the Sunshine State, the great state of Florida, and this is a state that simply put his.
Let's see how his accent changed.
Wait, this is the CNN numbers guy, isn't it?
Yeah, this is CNN.
I love this guy.
Yeah, let's see how much his New Yorker accent's going to come out. You know.
It's been taken off the board for the most part for Democrats. And we're talking about, we'll start off first in that Senate race, that special Senate election, right, where Angie Nixon won that Democratic primary. Ashley Moody is saying, thank you, God. Thank you, God. The chance that the GOP wins the Florida Senate race, according to Couch Prediction Markets, Ashley Moody, it was 84% on Sunday. Look where it is now. A 95% chance, up like a rocket. It turns out that now.
Yeah, because most people who live in Florida ran away from socialism. Why would we vote for socialism? We only voted for the socialists because we hated the guy that was running more than the socialists.
Oh, boy.
Nominating a self-described Democratic socialist in a state like Florida where there are a lot of, let's say, Cuban refugees is not necessarily the smartest idea. The Democratic Party and those Democratic voters essentially probably taking this race off the board come November.
The chances of Republicans, they're higher now. And part of that reason is because of just these huge shifts that have been happening in Florida over the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, Republicans, I remember back in the day, oh, Florida's diversifying, right? That means it'll become more Democratic. Not the case at all. The state has become considerably more Republican. Look at these party registration trends. Look at this. Back in 2016, Democrats had a 3-point edge in party registration over Republicans. By the time of the 2024 election, look at that. It was an 8-point edge for Republicans. You think that's high? Now it's an 11-point edge for the Republican Party. Republicans have gained in a state that Democrats were hoping to make competitive in the 21st century, become more Democratic. In fact, the exact inverse has occurred. It has become considerably more Republican, and Republicans, simply put, have been winning all of the statewide races, the major statewide races. They haven't even elected a Democratic governor since, 1994 in Lawton Childs? My goodness gracious.
Walk-in Lawton Childs there. Nice reference there. And the congressional delegation also...
You hear what the numbers guy said? You haven't picked somebody since 1994. Who talks like that? 1994. What did you say, 1994? or 94. You're a numbers guy.
Because he wants to sound more impressive.
Yeah, he wants to sound classy.
He needs to fill out the time. He need to, he has an earpiece like, you're going too fast. You need to slow it down. So he started from 1994.
Becoming more Republican through redistricting, but also through these shifts.
Through these shifts as well, right? There was a Florida redistricting. The state's becoming more Republican. Democrats are doing well in a lot of other states, but not in Florida. Look at this. It's not just the U.S. Senate race. How about U.S. House seats in Florida? 2 to 3 seats pickups are possible this November. So we're seeing it in the federal elections at the top, and we're also seeing it down in the U.S. House of Representatives. It is a state that is moving to the right, despite a lot of Democrats believing that the diversification would lead it to the
That was
left.
his high point for the entire segment.
To the right.
I think one of the most important things to point out is this just isn't a now thing. This has potential implications. Florida turning more red has potential implications going forward.
Yeah, one thing you don't want is to be...
Because it cancels out any gains that the Democrats has in any other states.
losing ground in a state that is gaining population. And you're talking about, look at this, Florida electoral votes back in the 1990s, right? The last time
He tried to say it again, George.
Yep.
That was when the Democrats got their last governor. There was 25. Look at that. 27 by the 2000s, 29 by the 2010s, 30 by the 2020s. And then the 2030 outlook is for more population, 32 electoral votes, and it's now solidly in the Republican camp, at least for now.
This is something that the Democrats are going to have to deal with for some time, Harriet.
Yeah, because there won't be a Republican camp by the 2030s. Because it'll be the new one. And then the last thing for tonight, Sassafras 84 says, boom, mic drop queen. All right.
What's the difference between our dad's generation and our generation?
They had Wonder Woman, and we have to wonder if it's a woman.
Oopsie.
There you go. That's it. We are done. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you to Blonde Goth Girl. Take it to Gap After Dark. Let me just double check everything. Yep. Thank you to everybody else. Be sure to help us if you want and get a copy of The Immortal Mask, an awesome book, 200-page graphic novel on sale on my website, Dinales.com. George, what's your final thoughts?
Got nothing.
You got nothing. This has been a doozy.
This has been a doozy.
Yep. We'll see you tomorrow for more news because I'm pretty sure more will come back. And then join us on Sunday where we'll be watching a movie from 100 years ago. Literally 100 years ago.
Yeah.
So, we'll enjoy it in all its messy glory.
Yep.
All right. Until then, bye.
I believe that together we can make America great again. I believe